Hi, it's Gwen Fox, and thanks for joining me today. And yes, I am in the garage. I have set up kind of a new studio out here, and this is where I'll probably be making most of my videos, and I think I'm going to really love it. I think it's going to help us all. So today is going to be a little different. I'm going to do a demo while I talk, so I'm not just a talking head. And so let's get going. When I am painting, I always pick a palette, because if I don't, I'm going to grab colors that I don't need just because I don't know what I'm doing. So I've gotten kind of hooked on these little 5x5s that I enjoy since I had my shoulder surgery. And so I'm going to just be working on one of these while I talk. Now, my usual way of painting is I start with transparent colors first, and that, because that gives a glow, and it won't, if I don't kill it, of course, too early with too many opaques. So now I have a question for you, and the question is, what is the shelf life of a dream? Everything in your pantry has an expiration date, or another term, what is the shelf life of whatever it is you have in the pantry? So what would be the shelf life of a dream? You know, those dreams that you had when you were young, and they were so real and possible. And it's the dream of yesterday that comes into play as we age. The dream that whispers, sometime, maybe, shall I? Should I? Do I dare? Then time and life takes over, and you're swept up into the relentless demands of being an adult. You have to grow up and make a living. Back to the question for you. What is the shelf life of a dream? When you were young, you feel indestructible, and your vast expanse of possibilities has no limit. Time is yours. But time has a way of sneaking up on you, and bam, you find yourself staring at the crossroads of your real age and the age that you feel inside. How did this happen? When you still feel like you're in your 40s, and it happens so fast. But the mirror tells you a different story, and you wake up to the truth. So where did the dream of yesterday go? Where did life go? This is when the dream of being an artist resurfaces. It is a gentle nudge from your soul, and you smile and say, no, with a strong voice, because how could you pursue this dream now? How could you take a dream that was so fresh, so real, so needed to feed your soul, and make it a reality at this stage in your life? But maybe, while sitting in your favorite green chair, sipping a glass of chill Chardonnay, a slight smile comes over your face as you begin to entertain the idea of the possibility. Oh, no, of course not, but perhaps, okay, maybe. But then reality seeps into your mind, and you find yourself laughing at this perceived insanity of your thoughts. But guess what? The nagging won't go away. It grows more intense, more insistent, until finally you give up and decided to go to the art store, just for fun. And you happen to remember there's an art store downtown on the corner of 6th and Main. So as you park your car, though, you sit there and you firmly remind yourself again, you are just going to visit, and it is only for fun. You know this type of self-talk, don't you? The self-talk to yourself, having to remind yourself that you're just going to look. So what happens when you enter the store? A wave of wonderment and excitement washes over you, and you walk through the aisles looking at the pencils and the papers, and you look at all the books. Then you get to the brushes. Oh, my. Those brushes. So you pick, one up, there's so many, and you caress it with your hands. And as you stand there, you realize you're feeling joy. So you slowly decide that maybe you could select some paint, get a couple of sheets of watercolor paper, and of course some of those wonderful brushes. And you nervously pay for them. But as you drive home, your heart is full. You are fully energized for the first time in years. And you ask yourself, could you possibly do this? You decide not to tell your children or even your friends. Or perhaps maybe you'll tell your best friend. Maybe. It was simply waiting for you to rediscover it and embrace. Remember, dreams do come true, but only if you're open to hear. As I wrote in my book, I once thought that there was plenty of time to gather my dream and make it real, but I looked in the mirror this morning and realized I best get my ass in gear. Today, I want you to pick up those brushes and use that dream of yesterday and make it yours. Have a great one, and know that I love you.